Well, Charlie and I are back at the cabin again, and not what I wanted to be doing, but it's time for winter cleanup. So I'm going to have to this weekend take down my water system, empty out the fridge, just do things that will keep us from freezing up all winter long. In addition, I'm also going to have to take down that big tree. It died over the summer and we had a lot of trees that went down. Have no idea why. I'm guessing too much moisture, because if I turn the camera around, you probably see 5 or 6 more big ones that are dead as well. So I'm going to work on, taking a big, huge tree down, and I'll show you all of that. Going to clean out the water systems. I'll show you how I do that. And the rest of the time we'll be just being Charlie, enjoying ourselves. Hope you enjoy the video. Time to do some trail cam check-in, and you can see we are into fall. All of our aspens have lost their leaves, and we'll just finish our way walking on down here and see if anything new is on there. So if there is, I'll share. If there's not, you won't see anything. There's your sure sign of fall. Sand hill cranes heading south. And a Charlie snooping around. Hey Char, what you up to? Hi. Hi. Nice day, but chilly. We can see our breath. Summer doing its absolute best to try to hold on. Hi, Charlie. Hi. Hi, friend. Yes, friend. All right, you gotta tighten this up though, honey. There we go. A little oil, a little gas, and we're ready to cut down a big old tree. chain's moving again. So let's finish this thing up. Now I got wood for the rest of the night, and bring my little basket out here, fill it up and keep going. Be right back. Hi, Char. Excuse me. I know you always want to help, don't you? Do I not have the best helper in the whole world? I do. Hi, honey. Good girl. Excuse me. Well, we're keeping it simple and easy tonight. The left two pieces of fresh deer sirloin are mine, and the right smaller piece is going to be Charlie's. Gonna throw it on the grill, make myself some nice rice, and we're gonna call it a great meal tonight. Well, not the most exciting dinner, maybe for you, but for me it's awesome. Fresh deer sirloin, and then a few for Charlie. So let's see if she enjoys her little piece. Hey Char, gentle, gentle. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Another piece? Here we go. We'll put the rest in your dinner bowl, okay? Here it is. And there you go. I got a feeling she likes it, as I'm gonna love mine too. Thought I'd give you a little view here at night before we head off to bed. With these new solar LED lights, really warms the place up. Nice little place to cook at night, wouldn't you say? And then how about back in to where it's nice and cozy, warm with a nice fire. See you in the morning. Well, it seems that somebody's ready to be outside having some fun today. Wow, beautiful morning. Oh, and good morning. Getting it started off right. Set my coffee down. And this is why we have this cover. Gonna try out this bread toaster as well, but I'm not going to shoot a lot of video breakfast. Just wanted to let you see this is how my and Charlie's day starting out. There you go. Breakfast is ready. Eggs over easy. That toaster worked really well over the fire on that little rack. And Charlie gets her little share as well. So here she patiently waits for a piece of bacon. Good girl, honey. Busy, hard-working day. Well, we're getting the gear together for the first stop of the day. We are going to move those first, the solar panels. Then this big dead tree is going to go down. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to cut a bunch of these bottom branches off first from a ladder, try to get the weight off of it from falling one way. Then I'm going to tie it off to one of the bigger trees over here with my come along and ratchet it so it's got some tension on it. So after I cut my notch and before I cut my fall line, I will have it set up and under tension so it pulls it that direction and I don't have to worry about it hitting the house. Good luck to me. Well, that's as far as I'm going to move those. Now we'll clean up the tree a little bit. See about knocking it down. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the branches that are on the back side of the tree to make it lighter and leave the branches on this side of the tree so it'll help pull the weight of the tree this way. Then I'll tie my ropes off and we'll get to cutting. So I guess good luck getting up the ladder and getting this done. Well, time to start cutting. Well, I will say this. The wind is blowing this way, which is exactly what I was hoping, because I want to drop this in a pretty narrow window, and the other tree has a lot of limbs hanging out this way, and I don't want to run into those. So I've got some tension on this rope, not a ton. I'm going to cut my notch, tighten that up, then we'll cut the back cut and we'll see how it goes. This could be my last video. We'll see. Woohoo! Fell exactly where I wanted it. And the interesting thing about this, I'll show you, is inside the tree. Hi, Char. I'm awfully glad I brought this thing down, because if you look in the inside, you might not be able to see it there. It's all punky. So if I hadn't taken this down, the wind would have. So time to start doing some lemon. All right, remember the big old tree? Well, it's gone. And I couldn't be happier that I got it cleaned up and done, but I'll flip it around, man. Fell exactly the way I wanted it to fall. Worked out perfectly, so I'm really happy about that. And I'll show you my slash piles that I got now and the pile of wood that I'll eventually have to cut up for this. So here's the first slash pile, but let's take a look at this and how this cleaned up. It was amazing. It fell exactly where I wanted it to, and I'm gonna go right to where it lined up. Remember, I had it tied off to that tree right there, and here's where it fell. You can see where I've been cleaning up. Here's another pile that'll have to be burnt eventually as well. But man, it opened it up a lot. You can see the solar panels will get more sun now. And look at this pile of wood that I have. Give you an idea, it's taller than me right now. So happy with that. Big project done. Next thing, since I had the ladder out, I'm gonna go over here, set up, and take my water retention system down, and I'll empty the tank tomorrow before I go home. But for today, I'm gonna clean the gutters and get it unhooked so we don't have to worry about water trying to freeze up in there over the winter. I've already drained all the water out of this. I opened the valve at the bottom so it'd make it lighter. Kind of surprised at the lack of gunk that was in there. Gotta undo this and then show you in a second what it looks like. Oh no, I walked under a ladder. Really all I have to do to finish this now is unscrew this bottom valve right here, and the ball that's inside will come right out, and I'll have an open pipe here to let the water just come straight down all winter long, and I won't have to worry about stuff freezing up. So I'll explain that later. And then this ball that just came out of there, but in essence what happens is the ball, as this fills with water, floats, gets to the top where there's a reducer, plugs it. So this is all dirty gray water. Then the water that gets diverted down the pipe is clean water after the roof's been washed off. So works out pretty cool. I have to support this a little bit, and I've got a wedged piece of wood just for that specific purpose. Whoa! There, straight drain. Won't bypass or go into there, and we are good for the winter. Oh, hi, Char. Come here. Hi. Yeah, you've been good keeping an eye on stuff for me while I work, huh? Actually, she's been napping most of the day in the house because she doesn't like chainsaws. So that was nice to keep her out of the way, but that's it. I'm calling it for the day. I am wrecked after moving all of that wood and cutting that tree and then piling it all up. It's been enough. So tomorrow, two things left to do. I actually have to cut a trench and fill it with rocks where my new patio overhang, the water runs off it and it's dropping in pretty close to the footings of the deck. So I've got to mitigate some of the runoff from that to make sure my footings don't wash out. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll drain the water system after I clean the inside of the tank. I will drain it about 3/4 the way down and then call it good for the winter. The remaining can freeze in the bottom. It's not going to hurt it. Did it last year too. So man, I'm calling it for the day. Got to drink myself a Gatorade real quick here, and then it's time for dinner and an early bedtime. So we will see you tomorrow morning. Good night. Well, we're going to start where we left off, and good morning. Beautiful day again. We're expecting highs about 65 and all morning long. Been listening to the sandhill cranes fly over, and nobody's around. Just quiet and peaceful out here today. So we'll get that trench dug and those rocks filled in to keep the water from washing away my footings. We're going to get the oh, Charlie went just running down the hill after something. Don't know what it is. Probably a deer. But also get everything drained out and cleaned up in the water system. So today, Not too hard a day compared to yesterday, but it'll be a good one. Gonna spend a little time sharpening my hatchet right now, just a nice little file, and get it ready to continue to trim up trees so that we can have some nice firewood to burn all winter long. Big old mule deer just went dancing across just below the deck here just now. Charlie heard it, went after it, so it's gone. Okay, back to my sharpening. Ah! Maybe give yourself a little shave. It's sharp. All right. Time to get back to the rest of my day. So collecting rocks for the trench I'm about to do, but God, as a kid, 50 years ago, my dad used to have us go out in the field and pick rock all the time, and now it has a completely different meaning when it's all about me taking care of my family. But actually on the side of our road here and down, we've got a bunch of little rocks that I'm going to be picking up, bringing some gravel up and sand as well, just to make sure we get a good flow of water. Show you it in a minute. All right, Charlie, we got it here. Whew. Time to dig a trench and fill it with rocks. Here you can see where the water's been splashing up under the deck. And I'm gonna have to cut all along here next to these footings, because you can see the pad underneath, you can start to see already. It'll go all the way up to the edge. So got quite a few rocks in this trailer, probably way overweight of what it should be. I will show you one kind of neat thing though. I'm gonna reach in here, this rock, it's pretty obvious. See how porous that is? Our property is on an ancient volcano, and so all the rocks are super porous up here and very, very abundant to say the least. So I'm gonna go back to working on this now, digging that out, and then we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I'm going to take all the spare dirt, I'm going to put it up underneath here, try to create some sort of kind of barrier so all the water stays outside from underneath the cabin. So I'll keep going. Well, there you go. Done. And I even piled some rocks to make it look a little nicer around the the footings, but that should take care of the issues with the water and dripping off the roof. So packed it down good, used a mixture of small and big rocks they'd locked together. So Charlie's been helping. Hi, Charlie. She's been helping the whole time, haven't you, honey? Time to put this stuff away. Next stop, working on the water system. All right, here's where we start. Got to tear the pump off first in order to depressurize the line. So the pump's off. I opened the faucet here, nothing dripping out, but there is still water in the lines. I opened the faucet there, and I left this one hanging high so that when I turn the water off, create some suction and back sucks all the water out. So from there, we have to come around the house here, and I have to crawl underneath here. I always keep my tools close. But underneath here, I'll be able to open up the small filter right there, and that'll drain the water coming out of the tank. Here's my small pump, my DC pump, and I'll disconnect this line right here, and it'll backflow and suck all the water out of the inside of the house, and then this will drain. It's the low point, so it'll drain water until all the lines are empty. Before I can get into any of that, got to go over there and shut that valve off so we're not feeding any more water. So I've got the first part started, but now I'm going to actually scrub the inside of this. And what I mean by that is there's a small ring around the inside where water's kind of been sitting all winter, kind of that pink ring you see. And I went inside with a small brush, and you can see right in here where I started to rub it clean a little bit. And I'm gonna do the whole inside with a sponge. See if I can't get it to clean up a little bit. And then once I've got it rubbed clean, I'll go back underneath the house and unhook everything and let the dirt from all of this that I'm cleaning settle to the bottom. That way when I open and run the water out the side, it will then wash out any of that dirt. I'll leave water to about, I suppose, this line. So we'll keep probably a good solid 100 gallons in there and let that freeze over the winter. Seems to be fine when I do something like that. So anyway, that's the plan for now. We'll talk again when I'm all done. Well, there you go. If you look around the edges now, what do you see? Oh, besides my shadow, nice clean tank all the way around. So now I'm just gonna let it set. I actually think I'm gonna let it set for the next 2 weeks while I'm gone. And when I come back, I'll drain it. It's not gonna freeze that hard where this would freeze up completely, but I want the bleach to work a little bit inside there and everything to settle. So when I open the valve underneath the house, all the sediment just drains right out the bottom. So I'll let you know how it goes in a couple of weeks. Time to get back underneath the house and time to drain the pumps and the lines in the house. I just wanted to give you a quick little look at the pump that's under the house. Not only do I pull it out and I'll put it inside for the winter, but I ran it with it unhooked so it'd spray the water out so I don't have to worry about water freezing and expanding inside and blowing all the seals. And then I took electrical tape and I capped both the in and out valves so that it keeps a little bit of moisture inside, just enough to keep the valves soft. So that's it. Water's done for the year. Well, that's it. Another trip up, another great trip. When it snows, these two piles will go away. Just to give you a view again of everything that we did this weekend. Took down that tree, and when you look, these trees are, they say they'll live to 1,000 years old. And I would bet this big boy, for the size of him, has got to be getting close. Down here, water tank is clean. I took some more water out of it, added some bleach to it. That's done for the winter. I'll empty it next time I'm out. underneath there, you can see that hose hanging out. That's the water line to inside the cabin. And that's completely done. Got some more wood in the woodshed. Can't really see that, but I think we'll leave you with the way we started. Beautiful night. Nice place to sit and watch stuff. I got to show you this. My kids have fun. Goodbye, tree man. Goodbye, other tree man. And let's see if we can get it. And as they like to call it, Picasso tree man. I don't know if you can see it right there in the dead center of the screen. But a beautiful night. Pikes Peak with some fluffy clouds overhead. And I know my girls would probably call those Toy Story clouds. But thanks for watching. We've had a great trip. And I know I promised I would do my solar system. Next time I come out, I'll do my solar system for y'all. You know what, everybody? Do it yourself.